When is the next Spider-Man movie gonna be? Well, let's find out. This article is saying that Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor shift release dates due to the coronavirus. So, unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that the coronavirus has been impacting Hollywood and in general the film industry globally. You'd have to be living under a rock if you didn't know that this was happening. So in a previous video I spoke about how the Black Widow movie has been pushed back to November into the date for the Eternals. These are Marvel movies, by the way. Mulan is set to come out in late July. Mulan isn't related to Marvel. Mulan is more Disney overall. So it's saying here, Los Angeles, Hollywood studios are shuffling more release dates as a result of the coronavirus, including sequels to Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and Into the Spider-Verse. Late Friday, both Sony Pictures and Walt Disney announced updated theatrical release schedules that significantly delay some of their marquee superhero films. Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the sequel to the 2016 Benedict Cumberbatch film, has been pushed back from November 2021 to March 2022. I've watched Doctor Strange, but I didn't watch Spider-Man Far From Home or Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that Doctor Strange movie, I would give it like 7 out of 10. I was expecting a little bit more. I watched it like last year, a couple of months ago. Early last year, I watched it earlier in the year. I didn't watch it in 2016. I don't think I was watching Marvel movies all that much in 2016. It was since last year that I really started to delve into Marvel movies, and they are now some of my favorite movies of all time. I haven't watched the recent Spider-Man movies as yet. For some reason I haven't. I can't really explain why I haven't. But I should have. Since I'm so much of a Marvel fan, I should have watched all these movies. Shouldn't I have? But anyway, let's continue. Sony said its live-action Spider-Man, the third in the Tom Holland series, is being delayed from July 2021 to November 2021. The animated Spider-Verse sequel is now dated for October 2022, back from its original April 2022 release. Right, so everything has been reshuffled. Marvel is reshuffling the cabinet, so to speak, or their senate when it comes to these movies. This is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. If you're a Marvel fan, you'll definitely want to continue watching this video to see what's gonna happen next. So efforts to slow the spread of the coronavirus have resulted in productions being shut down, which has caused a domino effect in the meticulously planned theatrical release calendar all the way into 2022. Not 2021, 2022. But not all the changes announced Friday were delays. Disney said Thor Love and Thunder, which will have Natalie Portman taking up the hammer, will be pushed up a week to February 11, 2022. It's rumored that the villain in Thor Love and Thunder is gonna be Gore the God Butcher. It's rumored that he's gonna be the main villain. So if you follow the comics, you'll have an idea of who that is. He appeared in Jason Aaron's run. I don't follow the comics religiously, but I look at like summaries of the comics. And I haven't been through all stories, but I've been through quite a few. Quite a few. It's rumored as well, and this isn't necessarily a spoiler alert. I'm not giving away the movie or anything. This is just a theory, so take it with a grain of salt. It's rumored that there might be even 2 or 3 villains in the movie. There might be Loki might return, as well as there might be Gore the God Butcher and the Mangog. Those are villains from the comics. Mangog. In the comics, Mangog went up against Odin, but since Odin is dead in the MCU, they might. He's obvious. If Mangog appears, it's obviously Mangog is a creature, so it's obviously going to go up against Thor head on if it appears. Also, it's rumored that Angela, one of Thor's sisters, will appear. And it's also rumored that the Enchantress might appear as well. The Enchantress is another female villain that appears in the Thor comics. But as I said, take it with a grain of salt. Marvel loves to give you things that you might not expect. So don't take what I'm saying as gospel or me trying to spoil anything. I don't know anything. Let's scroll down here. Right, so this is a scene from the Black Widow movie. So this is Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, played by Scarlett Johansson. And this is Yelena Belova from the comics. The name of this character is Yelena Belova from the comics. I don't remember what her name is in real life though. I'm gonna check out some of these other pictures here. Oh, these have to do with other things. Well, let's scroll past this for the time being. Whoops. Get rid of that. That was a pop-up, by the way. I don't know how Tom Hanks keeps popping up on. When I click this arrow, 1 second here. When I click this arrow, the Tom Hanks pop-up comes up. So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. By the way, the article is done. Most times when I do these videos, I'm actually checking out the article for the first time. I don't necessarily go through all of them. But there are people who do theories on movies and what you can possibly expect. But these are theories. They're not spoilers. They don't become spoilers unless you actually know that that's what's gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? But this is a scene from the movie, as you can see here. The trailer has already come out. Typically, Marvel releases like two trailers for their movies. The second trailer for Black Widow has already come out, but I don't know if it's gonna be the final trailer. It's rumored that Yelena Belova is gonna be the next Black Widow, as a part of the Thunderbolts project. So if you follow Marvel movies, you'll know that General Thunderbolt Ross, who is responsible for overseeing the the actions of the Avengers. He's responsible for the aspect of the U.S. government that oversees the Avengers, and looks at what they're doing, looks at if they're violating international law and so on. So after Avengers Civil War, it was heavily speculated that he's going to play a major role, because the Civil War led to a split in the Avengers team all the way up to Avengers Infinity War, when they reunited, and then they were still reunited for Endgame, but now the Avengers are disassembled because of the aftermath of Endgame. Some have retired, some have moved on, some are still continuing. So for example, Iron Man is dead. It's rumored that he might come back as an AI, but that's for another story. Iron Man is dead. Captain America has retired as Old Man Cap. So it's argued that Captain Marvel or Spider-Man or Doctor Strange will take up the leadership role for the Avengers, but General Thunderbolt Ross is still possibly after those who didn't side with the Sokovia Accords from the Avengers Civil War movie that led to the split in the Avengers team. So Black Widow is still, well, she's probably, in this movie actually, she's on the run. Herself and Falcon, at the time, this movie is set to take place after the events of Civil War, but before the events of Infinity War, right? So she is still on the run. I'm not sure what Yelena Belova is doing here in this particular scene, but Black Widow, the original OG Black Widow, is still on the run, and it's rumored that General Thunderbolt Ross is after her, right? So I can't wait to see what's gonna go down in this movie. It's gonna be epic. A lot of fans have been waiting for a Black Widow movie for a really long time now. Really long time now. It's long overdue. Personally, I don't really see how relevant this movie is gonna be with things going forward. The only way I can see this movie being relevant is if the Thunderbolts team is actually formed, and that if they play a major role in maybe a Disney Plus series or another movie or set of movies. That's the only way that I see this movie being relevant to future events. And, General Thunderbolt Ross will be, well, he already is. In the comics, he's the leader of the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts includes members such as, I believe, Norman Osborn. I could be wrong about Norman Osborn, but I believe Norman Osborn, maybe not Norman Osborn, but Iron Lad, who's supposed to be some sort of Iron Man replacement. He's also on the Thunderbolts team, and I think the Thunderbolts team, so we're either gonna see the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers, or maybe Marvel will sort of combine both teams to form one team or something like that. So Norman Osborn was the leader of the Dark Avengers, right? That's what I should have said. But on the Dark Avengers, there's also Sentry and a couple of other members. I can't remember who all the others are, but it's also rumored that it's possible that this movie could set up the Dark Avengers, right? So this movie apparently is gonna be very important if those things are done. Either they set up the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers or both, or what Marvel would do or could do is possibly weave both teams into one theme that antagonizes the Avengers. But if you want confirmation on what I'm saying, you can do your own research just to see if these teams exist, right? I don't present anything other than facts and what I've done personally researched myself, but I give you the opportunity to fact check and to do your own research. Maybe by doing your own research, you'll become a Marvel fan yourself, right? It just depends on it depends on what you wanna do. Depends on what you wanna do. I'm not gonna spoil anything else if you believe that I've been spoiling you. But take everything I said with a grain of salt. I'm fairly well educated on Marvel movies and I've watched almost all of them. I know the storylines. I'm familiar with the storylines from the comics. I'm a huge fan. But still take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Look at Black Widow here. She looks like she's on a mission. But Miss Yelena Belova here looks a little bit concerned. Maybe she's scheming up something. But she's pretty hot, by the way. Well, they both are. they both are. You know, Scarlett Johansson in her role here, she's irreplaceable. And well, obviously this is gonna be her last or one of her last Marvel appearances, unless they bring her back in the form of a flashback. Because if you're a fan and you've been following these movies, you would know, and if you watch Avengers Endgame, you would know that Black Widow died in Avengers Endgame. But yeah, the two of them are on point here. They could probably kick my ass if they wanted to. Yep. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification icon to get notified as soon as new content goes up. Look out for giveaways. I'm only gonna be doing giveaways if the channel grows to at least starting with 200 subscribers. I will see you in the next video.